Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name is Twisted Films and welcome back to another Call of Duty Ghosts video, where today I thought I was going to tell you about my first impressions of the game so far. Now, as you may see, I bought the game not a long time after launch, and ever since then I've been enjoying it quite much, even though it isn't the best game, and it definitely isn't the best Call of Duty game. It is still it is the solution to many games, really. So I want to talk. I really want to talk about how I feel about the game and like how the game has worked out for me and all that kind of crap. So the weapons in the game seems fairly balanced, and I don't find any particular errors with them, except that the Honey Badger is in my opinion way too OP. It is definitely the most used gun in the whole game, and given the fact it is a gun you start with, I don't think this should be as OP as it currently is, because that sort of like ruins the game feeling to me. But as long as I'm concerned, I think that it still is a very good game, and the sniping is very underpowered in this game, and many people may like rage at me in the comment, no, it is way too powerful. Oh my god. It isn't. To be powerful with a sniper in this game, you gotta be really good. You gotta have precision aiming, and you gotta like be like a bot in order to actually get anything out of it. I can get some sniping kills, but I am not good at sniping. But every time I change over to my Honey Badger, that's a 20 kill streak right there. So, you know, it is way too underpowered. And I think that has something to do with the time you use to pick up your sight. Because when you aim down sights, it takes a decent amount of time to actually get up the sight and aim. And it doesn't with the Honey Badger and the other guns. Even with quick draw and ready up, it still takes a pretty decent amount of time to get that gun up. While if you, for example, use quick draw and ready up with a Honey Badger, like I'm doing here, as you will see, it just goes up a whole lot more faster than any sniper in the game. Now, since I'm only level 11, I have played it some. I think I played it about 4 hours. I'm not sure, but it is a really funny game, and I am enjoying myself quite much when I do play this game. It has some up and downs. Some of the downs are, for example, that the trailers and like the trailer for the game and the anticipation for the game didn't some sort of feeling it did not make up for that. Because when they released it, when they like on the trailers and every time when they told us about the game on E3 and all that kind of stuff, they talked about it being so good, like the lean effects where you could lean off the side and all that kind of stuff. They said that was really good, that was a game changer. But I never use it. Really, I very rarely use it. And even the slide effect, what does it matter? Nobody uses it. People still drop shots. That's the difference. That is the game changer, the drop shot. So, you know, there isn't much of a game changer. And many people also say that Call of Duty Ghosts it's the worst game. It isn't. Stop. It isn't. They say that like MV3 and all that kind of games, they are much better. No, they aren't. And this is my opinion, but I think there's a heck of a lot of other players agreeing with me on this, because it is not. The Call of Duty Ghost is definitely better than MV3 on most parts, except the parts with like the feeling of the game, and MV3 is a little bit more fast-paced than what Call of Duty Ghost is, but still, it isn't. This game has a solution. Is like the solution to other games. For example, the what am I going to say? The flashbang and grenade thing in MV3, because in this game it is not possible to flashbang and then grenade right after each other, and then by that mean take down a player. I was getting flashbang grenaded all the time, at least 4 times within a match back in the day when I played MV3, and in this game that's not possible, because when you take out the grenade, it has this little 4 dots will appear, and the longer you hold it, the shorter the exploding time is. but the longer you hold it, the more fast the flashbang will go out before you get to throw the grenade. And that is really much better than in MV3, because in MV3 everybody just like threw the grenade because it didn't have any cooking time, almost no cooking time, so you just threw the flashbang, threw the grenade, and boom, you got it. You got a kill. But in this game it isn't possible, which I really appreciate. And the flashbangs in this game are super useful, because the flashbang in the game you can actually flash the players, because the flashbang in the game has such a short exploding time, and they explode almost seconds after you throw them out of your hand, and that is so useful in this game. Like the dogs and the new thing that they added, like the dogs, they are also super useful. The dogs are so amazing. They do all kinds. They save you in all kinds of situations, and they even kill the player after the player that killed you is dead. I mean, like if a player shoots you, the dog attacks the player that shot you, and you get extra points for martyr dog, which I really enjoy. I'm just going to switch over to clip here. We can see a little bit of where you can see a little bit of another map called Stormfront. So I'm just showing you some quick gameplay from Stormfront, which is another Call of Duty map, and that brings me to the topic of the maps of the new game. Some of the maps are really badly designed, and some of the maps are really good designed, and some of the maps are like, sort of good, sort of bad. So some of the good maps are especially like maps like the Warhawk and Octane, and Tremor, Chasm, all those kind of maps which open up for such a good solution as sniping, and it gives you like a mix of close quarters and not so close quarters, and then like you have the opportunity to snipe and not snipe. You can like choose between the way you like to play. There are several maps I don't like in the game, like Siege and Sovereign, and this map for instance, because the map seemed a little bit too open. And I don't like about that is that I think they sort of like rushed on some of the maps, especially Sovereign and Jungle, because on those two maps they just let out so many ways to go into the enemy's base. So what often happens is when the team spawn, like half of the enemy team runs in one of those many paths. They sort of like just plunk down there, and they run along all the way to the enemy base, and every time a enemy or me and any of my team spawn there, we get insta-killed by some random guys, by some random 4-year-olds on a kill streak camping in our base, because they've taken one of these small roads. And that's why I really don't like the jungle map, because it has so many ways to go to the enemy bases, and it's just a whole lot of bullshit. And like this map, there are too many locations, too many open spots, and too many areas when there's a lot, like all these kind of ambush plays, and that is good. For all means, that is good in some situations. But like here, like really. Activision, what is your deal? What are you playing at? Look, they're basically picking us off the second someone is sitting down, camping in the end of that road, and picking us off the second we come up here. If that isn't unfair, I don't know what is. But I think the game, as an overall rating from 1 to 10, I will give it at least a 8. Because of the good game, the good graphics. The graphics are really gorgeous, even on the Xbox 360. These graphics are gorgeous, and I give them 2- because first, Honey Badger not balanced enough. They really need to work on their balancing on the Honey Badger. I hope they release some kind of update on the Honey Badger, because currently the Honey Badger is not good enough, and I mean like it's way too overpowered. Given the fact that it's a starting weapon, you start with it, and it is way too overpowered. And I give them also another minus because of the bad map designs, because some of the maps are really bad design, like I told you about just a minute ago, and I don't like that at all. But overall, 8 out of 10. It's a really good game, and I think it's time to go now. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. Leave a rating, leave a like, leave a comment telling me what kind of rating you would give the game, and if you agree with me, disagree. This is just my opinion. You're free to think and mean whatever you want. This is just my opinion on the game. And if you really like it, if you would give it a 10 out of 10, there's nothing wrong with that. Just do as your heart pleases, because this is just my opinion on the game. Thank you guys for watching. I hope I see you guys later. If you were to, please leave a subscribe, because I would love to get new fans to the Twisted Army. And I hope you guys have enjoyed watching. Leave a rating, leave a like. Bye.